Bop, bop. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 201. We are back with some good old fun from this weekend. We had PFL tournament finales going on. We had UFC from the Apex. Let's go. Before we get into all of that, don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate everyone that does. Drop a comment and let us know all about how excited you were to see Thad Gene in the main event of PFL, right? Obviously, that was the biggest shit going on this weekend. I don't care what Kate might think. We all know 2 title fights for the PFL is better than an Apex main event. Let's go.
We all have our opinions, but honestly, it really wasn't bad. I was pretty surprised in the performance from Thad Gene because it's like, while like since watching him, it's like, okay, yeah, he seems like really solid and just like he's just a good fighter.
Yes.
But he just turned 27 years old. He was heading into this at 10-0, and like he had that split decision over Jason Jackson where he looked good, but also not like the greatest. Where it was like, okay, going against Logan Storley, how is this really gonna be? And he looked really fucking good. Logan couldn't get any wrestling off on him. He was so good at defending, getting back up if he did get taken down. He was landing big shots and rocking him all over the place. Like, Storley did not have a fight in this at all. It was awesome. And even to like the back end of the fight where it was like 4th and 5th round where Thad was clearly getting tired, so was Logan at this point. So while he was like hands down and being really goofy with his moments, he was still finding the right shots and landing big when he needed to. It was good for him.
Yeah, because like you said, just defending the grappling just incredibly and just so consistently throughout the fight. Like you said, just landing the bigger, better shots on Logan Storley. Obviously, Logan was constantly putting on the pressure, bringing him into the dogfight of the guy with the more experience in 5-round fights, just going hard. You know what I mean? Like you said, both of them got tired, but even though they were both tired, Thad was just consistently able to land shots that were damaging Logan, cutting him up, busting up his face. And then it just, like at the end of it, just seeing Logan, just get upset, like, just hearing like the scorecards and stuff, and just like one of those things of just like, oh, it probably felt like he did better in the fight than what the scorecards show.
Yeah.
And it's always one of those things with MMA scorecards where it's like, it could be 50-45, but it was a closer fight than if it was 48-47. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can have an argument to win even if the scorecards were 50-45, where it could be 48-47, and it's like, no, you clearly lost the board. So it definitely fought really good, but it's, like you said, Thad Gene did not look that impressive against Jason Jackson. Got the split decision win, so it was just like, okay, you're obviously at this level, but how consistently can you beat the guys at this level? And this was a very great performance to show being able to go 5 rounds and get it done over a very grappling heavy opponent in Logan Storley. That's proven against a lot of very solid fighters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. The only round that all the judges agreed on for Storley was round 5. Which makes a lot of sense, Storley being someone who's fought a lot of 5-round fights, or at least a couple 5-round fights, so it makes sense that he would be able to do that. But it is funny that the media scores are 50-45, with 3 other ones scoring at 50-44 for Thad Gene.
That's crazy.
I'm kind of surprised by that, but it was an extremely good performance, and it's going to be real interesting to see where he goes from here, like, with the PFL, because like the thing is, like, besides for Storley and Jackson at the moment, I'm trying to think of the other contenders at 170 that could give him some trouble.
Was it it's just initially in my head, obviously the only thing I could think of it because was it Karamagomedov, I believe. That's the 170-pound champion for like the Bellator side or whatever they're calling it. He was the one that that took it from Jason Jackson, but it's like it's just one of those things where the PFL, if they can get things streamlined of what actually happens for tournament winners, then things would just make a lot more sense and there would be a lot more excitement. But it's just like you said, it's just okay, he runs through, looks really good in the tournament, runs through 3 people, and now it's just like, what do we do next? You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and Magomed Karimov has not fought since 2023. He was supposed to fight Jason Jackson in February of last year, 2024. but has not. But that fight got canceled.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, just
I wonder if they'll just go to like an Umaladov type fight, you know?
that's honestly what
Yeah.
that was like the kind of shit I was thinking.
Yeah. Because it's like, yeah, he lost last year, but then he didn't participate this year. Oh, because he missed weight in the original fight because he was supposed to fight Logan Storley. But obviously he's been around in the PFL. He's 9-1 in the PFL. That I just feel like that could be a fight that they go to.
Yeah, for sure. Because yeah, who was what was the guy's name again that won the tournament last year? I'm blanking. Shamil.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Because I want to say Shamil Messiah, but I don't think that's right.
No, you're right.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was one guy, but it just something like he's obviously like we said, you win the tournament. What happens? Well, he hasn't fought since, so maybe you can get we have a tournament winner that hasn't fought in a year, and this guy just won the tournament, so maybe they fight at the end of the year on a big card or something. You know what I mean? And then it's like I don't know. At least then with that it's obviously super extended and just long and kind of sucks, but then it's like, I don't know, winner of that, then it's like, then they fight for the Bellator title. You know what I mean? Then it's like you can at least kind of build towards something. But they're
2 undefeated 170 tournament winners in the past 2 years.
Yep. That would definitely be a big fight. Get fucking Francis in his yearly fight or something, you know what I mean? But it was just good to see that just hold up over 5 and just look good, and seeing him being able to get that done, because it's like he talks so highly about himself and his abilities, and he's just the next star, the face of the PFL and all that, and it's like, well, it's Dakota for as long as she's here, so you gotta slow your roll on that, but it's okay.
Next male face.
For sure. But it's just like it's hard to know where they're gonna go and what they're gonna do, but it's nice to see that at least that Gene, as of right now, seems to be at somewhat of a high level. And like you said, only 27 years old, very young. So we'll see what he ends up doing in the PFL and just in his career in general.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Logan, definitely feel bad for just a couple times now of just title fights just coming up short. You know what I mean? So that was just a rough fight, took a lot of damage. But as long as he's in the PFL, it's just going to be one of those guys where it's like, you might not be able to grab the title, but you're going to be there fucking up a lot of people right outside of that area. So,
yeah.
Oh, all right. Now we got to talk about it. This was atrocious.
That's the only word to use.
Jesus Pinedo. So excited to see him possibly be able to win a second tournament. Obviously, he won it with the previous format, so to try it out in the new one, gets it into the finals. That was awesome to see. Going up against 23-0-1, won no contest, Movlid Khaybulaev. And it obviously, Movlid hasn't been looking the greatest throughout this tournament. And there are points where he can get touched and he can get hurt. You know what I mean? And Jesus Pinedo lands on people in devastating fashion and tends to put them out more often than not.
Yes.
This is one of those things where it's like, I wish, just have like stats and stuff. But from what I remember watching live, I'm pretty sure at best there was only one takedown in that entire fight Jesus Pinedo defended.
And that was in the 5th round, right?
I think
because I was going to say that
I'm pretty sure it was late, but
I was going to say that
2. But... Yeah, I was going to say I only remember one, and it was late in the fight, and I was assuming the 5th round because he gave up every takedown so easily every single round. And then didn't do much to like get up. Like he would start smashing elbows from the bottom, which like cool, do a little bit of damage, but then he would stop and not proceed to like, oh, let me work out of this.
Yeah.
Like
it's like if you're gonna strike off your back in those things, the only real reason to do that is to try and create space, because you're gonna force your opponent in an uncomfortable spot potentially of like, oh, I don't want to take this. And then now you go and do something. You don't just like, okay, well, he's on top, so let me hold and wait for a break, like
which the ref was super favoring Jesus Pinedo. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
I almost forgot about that. Like, he did
Mhm.
every chance that he had. He was like standing them up. He was taking the position away from Movlid for not doing enough. Like, he was not giving Movlid much time to do things. And still, with every time that it got broken, just immediately right back into it. Like, Pinedo just couldn't do anything.
Yeah, one thing, just sorry, real quick, is like on that with the ref. It's like it was just funny of like, okay, Movlid on top, Pinedo on bottom. Neither of them are doing anything, and the ref is like, activity red, activity blue. Like, you're calling for activity from both of them. So then it's just every decision is just going to disadvantage Movlid, who's in the favorable position. You know what I mean? It's like there was so like that was just a little thing that I thought that's funny. It's like, why are you even like warning Pinedo when it's like you're only gonna give him the favorable thing of standing it up, you know? But
no, yeah. A lot of weird and bad reffing on the night as well for PFL. But
yeah,
that oh my god.
But the one good thing I'll say about Pinedo is like he did have a couple of good strikes where it looked like he was hurting Movlid, at least like later in the fight. But like it was sincerely like if Khaybulaev got him down, it was staying there the rest of the round. Like it was bad. It kind of was like just watching it like, man, this is probably how Khabib Tony would have gone. Because he was doing all the elbows from guard and things like that. And that seems just like a very apt way of seeing it. Because they kind of fight not the most similar on the feet, but like on the ground, it's very similar.
Yeah, I mean, Tony definitely throws up, like, will go for way more subs than just actually go for things, you know, like that. Never in my entire life of watching a Tony fight have I ever seen him underneath someone and just hold them waiting for a ref to break up the fight. You know what I mean? Like that, like it's, the levels in grappling, it was just so vastly far apart that, because obviously, it's just one of those things of you expected Movlid to be the better grappler and that, you know, it could be a problem, but definitely thought that he would be able to deal with it way better. And it just did not expect it of just the effortlessness behind most of those takedowns where it's like, just go in, blast, double grab the legs and just like right out from underneath them on the ground, just looking like there was almost no attempt of like sprawls, underhooks, like what, you know what I mean? Just nothing at all. It was.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, like you said, he had like the few moments of landing some good strikes. I forget if it might have been the third round, but he landed the right hook that dropped Movlid. You know what I mean? It's like he had those moments, but it was never enough. He was
about to say, too far and few in between.
Yeah. So that was just an extremely rough performance to watch for being a very big Jesus Pinedo fan.
Yes.
It's just, just one of those things of like thinking about potential like UFC stuff, you know what I mean? It's like obviously 145 in the UFC right now. It's not like it's fucking real grapple heavy or anything like that, but it's just like, man, what him versus Aljo look like, you know? What does him versus Movzar look like? You know, it just like the few people that like can actually grapple and like decide to use that. I'm just like, man, that might just be rough on him.
No, and I mean, shit, it is going back 2 years, so like obviously kind of just slips the memory a little bit. But even with Bubba Jenkins, he got him out of there in the second round. But I don't know if you remember the first round. He held him against he took him down, and he had him on his ass and held him on his ass against that cage for essentially the whole fucking round.
Yeah, I did. It has been a while since thinking about that one, but
just pulling up his record and like seeing it was round 2, I was like, oh yeah, because round 1, Bubba held him there on the ground for 5 fucking minutes and. You know, not literally, but essentially, so then he was finally able to get it in the second round, but
super rough to see. I'm sure it just, you know, it just also sucked like losing out of all last year, you know what I mean, not having any fights. So just obviously just good for him to at least get the 2 wins to get into the finals. Sucks that he couldn't win it, but he'll be back. He'll get some more wins under his belt. I'm confident in that.
Yeah.
And for motherfucking Movlid, the dude's just a monster.
Yeah.
He is.
Just to be able to just grapple that heavy and consistently for that long. Finally get the, because I don't even think, you know, just even said it, but it's just like, 5th round, a minute 17 in, ended up finding the arm triangle choke. And just like, at that point was really just trying to hunt for the finish and get him out of there. And I honestly even wonder how much of, just like you brought up, the ref of like doing everything they could to just break up the position and just seemingly give Pinedo the chances to find that opportunity on the feed. And he's like, I need to just end this shit, man.
Yeah. I would definitely be feeling that way if I had that referee. Like, I need to finish this. Something screwy's here going on here.
Oh, yeah. Just, wild to see. Just be on top for like a minute. Just like, no, get it up. Just like, okay.
Less than a minute, it felt like at some points.
What'd you say?
I said less than a minute, it felt like at some points.
Yeah. Super fast with it. But either way, Movlid got it done. Remains undefeated. So good for him to be able to grab, I believe, a second tournament win for him. And it just same shit with the main event where it's just like, especially with Movlid, like he's been around the PFL for a while. He's gotten a lot of very solid wins. It's just like, who the like even just names of like what they have that would be interesting. It's like obviously they still have AJ McKee, but it's like I really don't think he has much of a chance against him, not gonna lie.
No, I feel the same way about Braga as well.
Yeah. I really do not know what they're gonna end up doing with that. Maybe just moves up to 155 and fights Paul Hughes or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's like with Movlid, he didn't fight at all in 2022 or 2024, and in 2023 he only fought twice against Ryuji Kudo and Tyler Diamond. So there are names that are like in PFL now that he has not fought. But I agree, that's where like the interest in it comes in. And then if they're doing the tournaments anyway, then they're not going to be able to match up, right? So I really don't know what they have for him either way. But at least they should have, like, if they can get things together, they should have names that it's not like, oh, well, rematch or trilogy, and we know exactly how it's going to go, you know?
So the PFL at some point will cook something together for him, and just hopefully sooner than later. And then other than that, PFL, I mean, there were some like decent moments, you know, some finishes and stuff on the prelims, but nothing very notable at all to
just
bring up our topic.
Remember, no elbows to the top of the head.
Very true. Let's go. That is PFL 8. Now let's bring it on over to the UFC Apex we all know and love so dearly at this point.
Bro, it was a good Apex card.
I know, but you still just gotta make the jokes, you know what I mean?
I know.
But
it's next week.
At the same time, exactly.
It's not, I mean, next week is not this week, you know what I mean? That's just for sure. Hey, this week was pretty damn good.
Hell yeah. We went weeks without a fight of the night this year. Weeks in a row.
It was like
and here comes some shit. And here comes an Apex card with back-to-back fight of the nights. Like, I just feel like we shouldn't be disrespectful. That's all I'm saying.
And the thing, it is funny because we talked about they should probably just give 2 fight of the night bonuses essentially, but they won't do it.
Fights in the preview that we were like, these are these 2 fights are fight of the night worthy.
And we're just like, they're like, no, they're not going to do it. They'll probably give, you know, maybe Esteban a performance bonus, whatever. Maybe they actually went through and gave 2 fight of the night bonuses.
It was so deserving.
Oh yeah.
And it just, like you said, it really is funny that in the preview of like, both of these could win it. And they were both actually so good that, they were just like, well, you know, there were finishes and stuff on the card, but fuck that, doesn't matter. You're both just, all of you, all 4 of you, $50,000. Thank you for the.
All 4 of you took lives off the other ones, took years off each other's life. So we're just going to give you $50K for that.
Yeah. We will get into all of that, but first, let us give it up to our motherfucking boy in his return after a very lengthy layoff after losing a brand new rival. Tatsuro Taira goes in there and just showed why you shouldn't give an unranked guy on a week's notice someone that's basically in the top 5. You know, like this was just not
easy
even
work.
close. Like, it's so easy. Fight starts. they're they're just feeling each other out. The commentary was even saying it of like, oh, they're both being very tentative, Taira lands just a very nice right hand, just very quick, easy, whatever. And it just felt like because of how easy it was, he was just like, well, let me just do it again, but actually commit. Sits a right hand right on the chin, drops him, absolutely dominates the entire round with the grappling from then on. And then, second round just starts dominating with the grappling again. And he's like, fuck it, I just want to get it done. Face crank, 106 into the second round. I don't have the stats up. I'm sure you do, but it's like, did fucking Park even land a significant strike? I don't think so.
3.
Okay, but it's like this was
Two in the
just
first.
nothing. You know what I mean?
One in the first. I will say, like, in terms of the grappling, it did go the way I thought it was when I was saying in the preview that I thought that Taira might be able to manhandle him. It wasn't as much of a manhandle, but was able to just dominate every position, keep him where he wanted him. Gets to the back, easy as hell. When he dropped him, I was like, oh shit, he's about to just knock him out. Like, I was wrong, but I was right that he was going to probably dominate the fight. But yeah, insane. 4 for 5 for takedowns. And yeah, 1 knockdown, submission, obviously, at the end with the face crank.
Yeah, because I wanted to bring up the takedowns too, because it was just funny, like, the mentioning of like Park having 100% takedown defense, but like obviously not the level of like fighter that Taira has.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy that it's like, he's fought these guys that have never been able to like land a takedown, and he made it look easy. They were so clean. I know one of them was counted when he was like on the body triangle while he was standing up, and he literally just like pulled him backwards. But like even just like in the second round when he went in, just the double leg to just take him, easy, clean, beautiful. I was like, awesome.
No, and plus, like with the Park's takedown defense, he did only defend 3 takedowns before this fight, and Taira shot 5. So but still made it look easy. Got 4 of them. That last one that they counted, like when he pulls him down from back control. Oh my god! You know what? Now that I think about it, that's manhandling. Now that I'm thinking about it,
like he just absolutely dominated him, made it look just incredibly easy, flawless victory, and just showed that there are levels to this. And because it's one of the things of like, oh, one common opponent, you know what I mean? And it's like Hyun Park actually got Carlos out of there faster than what Tatsuro Taira did. But it's just like it's one of those things where shit like that doesn't matter. It's just
styles makes fighters
actually fight. And Taira just, even with the loss to Royval and it being really rough in that third round, just showed very clearly that he's an extremely skilled fighter. And it's one of those things where it's like after this, you had the commentary and just kind of everyone talking and like just so highly about him and just like all these things next and like what's next and all of this. I kind of want everyone to just like shut up about all of that shit because it's just like, incredible performance. This was great. But again, he fought an unranked fighter that had 3 fights in the UFC and took this on a week's notice. This was what he was supposed to do.
Exactly. Because back to what I brought up last time, he is now 7-1 in the UFC, and he has still only fought 2 ranked guys, and he is 1-1 in those fights because it's Alex Perez and then Brandon Royval. Because again, it keeps happening to him. He's supposed to fight David Dvorak, who was top 15 in 2023. He's supposed to fight Tim Elliott. He's supposed to fight Joshua Van. He's supposed to fight Amir Albazi. He gets fucking Edgar Shirez and Carlos Hernandez and Hyun Park. Like, he doesn't have all that top 15 experience. So he looked great against Perez. He, lost the fight against Royval. I agree that I don't want to just throw him into that top 5 mix of like, fight Moreno, fight this guy, fight this guy. It's like he looked good. And just like let him get some good wins. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily these names, but like, with like a Sue sitting at 9 and like Manel at 7, fucking Tagir at 12, like any of these guys, like just give him a couple more top 15 wins, Yeah. And then let's go top 5.
Yep.
Steve sitting at 10.
Not Steve.
But no, because even with the the Royval loss, It was the third round of where it looked real bad of just the head movement, and he started getting touched. He had no answers. The defense was like not there. It was like it just went extremely bad, extremely fast.
Yes.
We didn't learn anything about any sort of that situation. This was just classic Taira dominating with the grappling that he's did to many fighters that were unranked on his way up. Like this is nothing new. I don't like exactly.
Yeah.
Asu. And honest, I really feel like Manel Cop would just be a good one because he's got solid takedown defense. It's nothing crazy, so it's like where it's like Taira can probably dominate with that, but it's not. He's gonna go 8 for 8 on takedowns, and it was nothing, and there was no test in the striking at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the Manel one better, but just bringing up names from 7 to 12 with just different people, different styles, different views that are top level.
Exactly. So,
but also not the top of the.
Because I forget who it was on the broadcast, but yes, I like want to see him again. Brandon Moreno. I was like, no, I don't.
Not yet.
There's no reason to. He's still so young. Like you said, all of these top 15 guys that he's supposed to fight, and he hasn't been able to get most of them 1-1 against top 15 opponents. You don't need to put him in against the top 5 opponent after dominating an unranked fighter.
Yes.
What are we doing? Like,
right. Like, think a little bit. Just a little bit.
The only reason I don't like the Manel Cop one is because of the whole issues he's had getting a ranked opponent, and Manel Cop has been pulling out a decent amount recently, and it just
I agree with that so much because it's so valid, but like the style is so good for
it is. It's like if I could have someone who had Manel's style but was able to get to the fight, I would say yes, absolutely, let's do it. But like he just can't get to the fight, so like what are we supposed to do with it?
Yeah, no, I get it, but like it's just double-edged sword because I think he's the perfect style of like let's get to this like the perfect test. But are we gonna get him booked and then the same thing's gonna happen? Manel's gonna pull out and In's gonna step unranked contender for the 6th time in Tatsuro's career.
When it is like and how long it takes, like if he pulls out like on 3 weeks, let's say 3 weeks notice, might be able to still get someone who's ranked in there. It's just like on a week's notice, you're not getting a single person ranked. Except for maybe like a Tim Elliott. Tim might have said yes. Because he's just a vet like that, so.
But I know, and it really is hard because there are just so many grappling heavy guys, like outside of the top 5, you know what I mean? And so it's kind of hard of, where you do match them up. But get him like in a Sioux fight or something. Maybe Ramazan can, you know what I mean? Like, can get back to another fight, get a win, and then you can have him versus Ramazan, and then get a Makai fight, you know what I mean? Like, just build it up, let him get the fights in. You don't have to immediately rush him into the top 5 because it's just like, take an inspiration from Joshua Van. It's like, okay, he got the win over Royval. It looked great.
Yeah.
But again, please, I have all the confidence in the world with him. But styles make fights. A year ago, he got knocked out by Charles Johnson. Let's not just immediately act like because he beat Royval that he's going to go in and win the title, and that Tatsuro Taira can also just start winning all these fights in the top 5 because that's not how it works. Let's figure it out slowly, please.
The only thing I would say is
slowly.
If they want to go back to like the Amir Al-Bazi fight, I don't mind that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad one either, but that's where it's still just hard because it's like, they go back to it, he wins title fight. You know what I mean? It's just like...
Well, maybe it depends on how the rest of the division is shaking out, because for all we know, they could go to Horiguchi versus Moreno next, and then like, if Horiguchi beats Moreno, then he should be fighting for the title.
I just don't think so because they were trying to get Horiguchi versus Tagir, and
that's true.
Back. They're not.
No, that's fair.
Oh, you pulled out against number 12. Let's give you number 2.
To be fair, he had broken ribs.
I know, but I'm just saying. It's shit. I can't remember the last time that's happened to someone where.
No, I get it. But like, you know what I'm saying though. Like, there are things that could happen. Kyasker is fighting Tim Elliott. Steve Ersic should have been fighting. Young Song Park, but is now fighting Ode Osborne.
Yep.
Who knows when Ramazan's coming back?
So well, we gotta let some shit play out, but don't Amir wouldn't be a bad one. Asu is definitely not a bad one either. Like we said, the Manel Cop is a good one, but who knows if he actually shows up? So maybe we shouldn't do that.
Now that I think about it, they may go to like a Manel Cop versus a Brandon Moreno.
Something, because they've been trying to push Manel, but yeah, we'll see how the flyweight division shakes out. Just we don't gotta rush it too much. Let some shit cook.
Yes.
And then for Hyun Sung Park, it's just like, right, I respect for taking the opportunity.
Yeah,
Step back out the rankings and get some fights.
Yeah, just get some fights in. You're good. You're fine. You're you're 29, but that was a short notice fight.
Record, but yeah.
So just do what you're gonna do. Get a comeback win against someone outside the ranking.
Exactly. Let's go. Moving on down to the co-main event and these next two fights. Holy goddamn shit, man. This co-main event was everything that we anticipated and more. Bro, we know how tough Mateusz Rebecki is. This dude, like that, they in the second round, they said that like, oh, the doctor came in and checked that eye. I don't believe it.
Neither do I.
If they did, they checked it and said that shit's fucked, but you seem fine, so let's just keep this going. There is no shot he was able to see out of that eye. It was completely swollen.
Bruh.
Wild.
The third round was good, but when it ended and they put the camera on Mateusz walking away, and I saw that, I couldn't look for I had to look away. That shit was busted the fuck up.
Yeah, and then he drops to his and then he drops to his knees and stuff, and it's just it looked like he was in a lot of pain. I know, but to the point where the adrenaline had already worn off, and he was just I have to lay down right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that was just one of those real survival shit. So as soon as it was over, his body was just like, oh, we're safe. You know what I mean? And it's and then it just dumped him just dropped to his hands and knees. Just as soon as he did, the blood was just pouring right to the mat. Because before the third round started, he had a nice little crescent moon of a cut that was in the corner that was just in between all of the swelling. And that last knee, it just busted that eye up so much. I can only imagine what the pictures are of that cut.
Was wearing a red fucking mask on the side of his face.
Yep. Yeah. Absolute war with him and Chris Duncan, man. Chris Duncan does pull out the unanimous decision win. It was one of those things because I know I had Duncan and you had Rebecki, and it was just throughout the first round, it was so because Rebecki instantly was getting cut up, and you saw the visual damage way worse on him right away. But especially in the first round, the shots that Rebecki was landing on Duncan looked like they had way more of an actual impact on him.
Yeah, so I didn't know how the judges were going to do it. So 2 judges gave it 29-28, and I'm going to assume the first round for Rebecki, but the one judge gave 30-27.
Okay.
And I really do still feel like he probably should have won at the very least that round because I get it. The superficial damage was adding up immediately. But bro is so undeterred. So that's where you got to be able to weigh the impact, I think, a little better because it's he's getting busted open, but moving forward and throwing big shots, landing bombs. And then you have Duncan who's getting bombed on and getting rocked a little bit, stumbled, hands kind of stopping where they are, dropping a little bit. It's that was a Rebecki round. And then the second round is where it was way closer with that because that's where the damage really started to add up. Because I think that's when the elbow was landed, that the bump started to grow super fucking big. His eye started swelling up, but it was still the same thing of Rebecki landing more and still bigger. But I just think the damage was way too much at that point.
And because I do think the second round is where it's the shots that Duncan were landing did actually look like they started to have an
impact.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was the beginning of the second round or third.
Yeah, and that's when the eye actually did blow up in that round. He had the huge hematoma on the side of his head already from the first round. And Katie, you are right. I'm looking at the scorecards now. Mike Bell and Ron McCarthy both gave the first round to Rebecki, rounds 2 and 3 to Duncan, which I kind of figured was the case.
Yeah. Because I said, it's just the damage that was physically adding up on Rebecki. If he could have just, not that he has any control, but if his body just didn't cut up as much or something, it could have been different on the scorecard, you know?
Yeah.
Because
No,
yeah,
yeah,
like I said,
'cause
like
it's-
round 2, like, you know, just still hurting Chris and still doing more. But then even round 3, he got very tired, but then Duncan started getting tired. The strikes were pretty even in 44 to 48 and significant. But then that's when Rebecki actually finally cut Duncan open and he got all busted up in the cheek and like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
at that point, Rebecki looks a fucking mess.
Which
A
it's-
mess, a bloody mess.
Which we've talked about this before, but it's like one of those things where I understand some physical, like some of the cosmetic damage being judged and all that, but it's like you're fighting someone like a fucking Marlon Vera who almost never looks like he's been in a fight. Like, what are you?
Yeah.
But the other guy like is all cut up. Like, how are you supposed to like actually?
Granted, Cheeto
Do
also
that.
doesn't normally ever look like he's impacted by the shots with it though. So like
Yeah.
he's totally different story. But
Well,
yeah, like
I just mean
yeah.
generally because like him,
I know,
Gaethje
yeah.
sometimes has the same thing where it looks like he's. I don't think I remember the last time Gaethje had a cut. He's been knocked out. He's had some damage, but I don't remember the last time he's been cut.
I feel like probably when Max broke his nose is the last time I can like think of him bleeding, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that's different than like getting a cut or
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely not a Nate Diaz out there.
yeah.
Yeah, Nate or Nick, really.
Yep. But yeah.
But either way, I'm not mad about how not
Nope.
complaining.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, yeah.
saying that like it's just crazy, you know? Because yeah, Duncan eating big shots, but really not wearing the damage until round 3 that it just
Yeah, just an absolute war, man. Like,
Yeah.
like you said at the start, Ginger, both of them took some years off of each other's lives in that one. Like, that was just so. Oh
and from
my
the second
God.
it started, it was like the bell rang and they knew that they
swing.
had to fight for fight of the night, and they were like, "We're getting at it immediately, immediately.
No, for real.
We're gonna get that $50,000 bonus. Fuck them other guys." Like,
Yeah.
They both were watching in the back, like, "Oh shit, our fight of the night bonus is slipping away."
yeah, like because the total strikes thrown per round 81 to 62, 88 to 63, 109 to 100. Like those
Yeah.
are stupid numbers.
Yeah.
The combined control time was right under 2 minutes.
Yeah,
It was a stand up like
And yeah, and these two dudes at 155, it's not like those numbers where like all of those shots were looking to end the fight, take their head off. You know what I mean? Like there were no punches pulled in that. Like it was just violent intent from the start to the end, just looking for the finish. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good for them, but also not. You know what I mean? Duncan 3-fight winning streak now. Just he is starting to cook it together at 155. That is awesome. And then for Rebecki, man, 34, 35 years old, I think. These last 3 fights.
I think they're both 32, right?
Yeah, they're
I
both
thought
32.
Okay,
That's
I
what I
thought
thought.
Rebecki was a little bit older.
He
No.
looks older, but he's not.
Yeah,
But
it's the
like-
hair.
Yeah, but like these last 3 fights now, trading went 1 and 2
Yeah.
in the last 3, and all of them have been so rough and damaging. It's like this dude is expediting his way out of the division. Just like holy fuck, man! It's rough. It is real rough.
I mean, overall, he is 4-2 in the UFC. He puts on a lot of fun fights, so they're gonna keep him around for fun fights.
Oh no, yeah, but it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Man. It's
and
like,
not everyone can hang with this. But,
I know.
And that's where I ultimately ended up choosing Rebecki, is because I just wasn't sure. If Chris was gonna have it in him to war with him like that, you know what I mean? And goddamn, he did.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Going into it, where I was starting to feel like, man, I know Rebecki can hang, taking so much damage until the second and third round and still be there. But it's like, Duncan is more susceptible to get caught early, and so I just didn't think he'd be able to survive that kind of a fight with him. It pulls out on top, man. Absolutely crazy.
Hell yeah.
But that was the thing. That's why I went Duncan KO TKO in the third round. That's why I went Duncan third round KO, because if he was going to finish it at all, I was figuring it was going to be at the end when Rebecki was tired, got made some body shots in there, something along those lines. Where
only fight I picked wrong.
Yeah,
the whole night.
I went second round sub on it. I thought maybe just in the exchange of something, might be able to catch something, but like you said, Yeah.
With Rebecki having the last 3 fights, and 2 of them being like complete wars and having been KO TKO by Diego Ferreira, give him a nice little step back, easier fight, one that he can definitely win fairly easily. Let's give him Frivola. He can knock him out.
They're not going to do that. They're going to give him the winner of the fight right before this for another war.
That might happen.
Real question though, because we know 155 is like just a tough division, you know, and just like for a lot of guys. So obviously this fight isn't going to be the toughest on Rebecki in terms of like damage or anything.
Yeah.
But someone where if they win their next fight,
Chase Hooper.
Yeah.
I knew it.
If Chase gets it done over Alex Hernandez and looks good, maybe Chase Hooper versus fucking Mateusz Rebecki. Because it's like,
why do I feel like it's just going to be a repeat of Chase versus Slava Claus?
It could, but that's,
it could be.
Rebecki is much higher level. You know what I mean? So it's like he can definitely take like punishment and like
but oh god, that could
rough.
be so rough for Chase.
But it's a good
that could be so
it could be a good bounce back for Rebecki. Like it's it's a good fight to meet a lot of criteria for both of them.
It would be nice to watch if Rebecki did lose him not take 10 years of his life with him in the loss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like you said, it is a good test for Chase. I just feel bad that if Chase loses, it might be a rough loss for him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's just like, you know, like if you beat Alex Hernandez, like what? That's got to be like 6 in a row, 7 in a row, or something for Chase. Like
he's doing really good.
He's been doing a lot. Like it gets to the point where you know, like
I know
where it's like if he was just like, I want to stay away from the rankings, and the UFC was down for it, like they never do that. But I'm fine with shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem. But it's like it's just one of those things where you kind of
got to get there eventually.
It's like if you get fucked up by Rebecki, it's like, bro, you're gonna get fucked up by Joel Alvarez or fucking Benoit Saint Denis or you know what I mean, or like these other guys that like it's
because I get it. Like, I'm just looking at the Tapology like ranks and all that just to see who's where and what, because they could honestly either do, you know, the Rebecki fight for Chase if he wins, but they could also go to someone like Nasrat Haqparast. He's right there, and they're both like on good streaks. It'd be a 5-fight winning streak versus 6-fight winning streak.
That's true.
And both of them, at least, they're going to need probably one more win to really get to the top 15. Because like the names that Chase is winning over aren't great in terms of like getting to the top 15. So like, but Nasrat would be a great win to push him into there. Rebecki as well. But someone who just lost their top 15 opportunity is Ludwig Klein, so that could be a fight that Rebecki gets as well. Because they're just because now he's just back in the 155 outside the top 15 pool. So
no, for sure.
There's just a lot.
I'm sorry, I made the joke, and now I just have a bad feeling that he is going to fight one of the people in the previous fight.
So
winner or loser, I just feel like it's going to be one of them. It's going to be a really rough fight for everyone, back to back to back to back to back.
Because I was gonna say that with you saying like, oh yeah, he's just going to fight the winner of the. I was wondering, do you think Chris Duncan should fight the winner of this one and Esteban Ribovics? Because Esteban versus Elves, what a motherfucking fight that was as well.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro. Esteban just walks forward and goes for it and eats so much fucking damage. And it just like he eats it, and he's just like, yep, that happened.
Yeah,
just going forward
bro,
again.
because
like,
what was it in the 3rd round? I don't even remember like the exact sequence, but I'm pretty sure it was like a giant left hand, a knee, a clean head kick, and he's just like, what? Walk? Like it was just like, bro, come on.
No, for real.
But yeah, that was a really fun 40-second scramble in the first round that led to an immediate stand up and proceed to go 0-9 in takedowns and just tear each other apart on the feet.
Elves went over 6 in the first round on takedowns. That's so rough.
I get it, bro. That pressure right away. It's just like bro, the fight just started. Like, can we work into this? You know what I mean? Like,
it was like this is, you know, a lot of times we like have certain expectations for fights, But this fight, I really could not possibly imagine it going any other possible way.
Yeah.
Because this is just how Esteban fights. Like in the first round, he threw 97 strikes. And then Elves in the second round he threw 69 in the first one. And then in the second round was like, oh shit, I guess I got to come out here like this too. And then he threw 92 to Esteban's 85 and then 95 to Esteban's 102. Like they were going at it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Poor Elves, man. By the third round, he just looks so beat up and just he just knew.
Yeah.
He just knew. Like I've taken too much this fight. Like
yeah, man. Because it's like, I was saying how rough it's been for Rebecki. It's been fucking rough for Elves, man. 3 in a row now, losing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, it's not like he's a bad fighter, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's just rough. It's fucking rough.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly he has to do. Just like, obviously just tighten up the striking, just the fucking distance management and just head movement, and just being able to land your strikes without like getting hit as much. But it's just a whole lot to kind of put together, you know what I mean, to like elevate his game to not have losses like this,
Yeah.
No, 3-3 overall in the UFC. Won his first 3, lost his last 3, and to be fair, one of those wins with Guram was damn near a loss if Guram wasn't completely exhausted and got hit with a body shot, No,
it was a come from behind victory for sure. Like that.
And his debut was a split decision. Like he could easily be 1-5 in the UFC right now.
Yeah. No, it
tough as hell, goes out there and puts out crazy fights, but he is just out here taking way too much damage every single fight that he goes out there.
Yeah, he's just like
not that Esteban isn't, but
he just seems like he's like half a step behind everyone in all these fights.
I think he needs a 165 division. That's why.
No, I agree with that.
He looks a lot better on the scales this time around, but still,
generally, No, and I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, because that's where it's like, it's just what to fix. It's like knowing that he struggles with the weight cut. I don't think 170 answer or like
hell no.
You know what I mean?
He's 5'10" with 72 inch reach.
Yeah, it's just So like you said, 3-3 in the UFC, 3-fight losing streak, but easily a fun enough fighter that it's not like he's going anywhere. Like he's probably got to lose 2 more.
Not yet.
To actually get cut. Because even if he loses his next one, he gets another opportunity, I feel like.
Possibly. I will say that, I know that they do that with certain weight classes. But we have heavyweight, and we talk about certain people getting cut. And it's like, oh, why? But they are just really boring. And other guys with a super negative record, but they get knocked out spectacularly. Or when they do win, it's a knockout. 155 has a way deeper division with a lot of exciting people that I do feel like they might be quicker to cut somebody that's on a 4-fight losing streak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fair.
And it depends
and
on,
I am just also saying that being hopeful, because it's like Brener's fun, but it's also not like he's a huge name either.
Yeah.
Where maybe they will just even after this, maybe one more, but
fair.
And I'm not trying to be a dick, but bro takes way too much damage at the moment.
Yeah, he takes too much damage. It's hard to really be like, okay, who do we give him next? Like, where do we put him? Because in my opinion, you got to kind of give him someone who's like not new to the UFC, but it's like on the come up essentially. Like maybe they have 2-3 fights in the UFC. And it's like, if you lose to that, you're now in a 4-fight lose. It's like, okay, maybe we should just let you go because there's nowhere else for us to go. Really, especially at 155. At heavyweight, they still got 1 or 2 left. They can see okay, or is it this level? Is okay?
No,
you know?
Yeah. So not sure what will happen with Elves, but Esteban. Another fucking good win for him, man. Just an absolute monster in there, and it just anyone just another step up. It's like, and because that's where it's one of those things where it's like, we're saying all this about Elves, but it's like Esteban got to clean his shit up too. You know what I mean?
Oh,
he can take him way too much damage, but it's just like when
he's
you're
winning.
When you're winning coming out on the better side of it more often than not, then it's just like, okay, obviously your shit's working for you, but it's like...
Yeah, that's why I tried to throw it in there, when talking about Brener, it's not that... Esteban isn't taking the damage too, but exactly. It just... He has... Though, he lost his last one, or prior to this, the split decision to Nasrat,
Yep.
and then his UFC debut, who he was supposed to fight somebody, and then Luik Radzabanov stepped in. You know what I mean? So whatever.
But to be fair, dude shot 21 takedowns on him, got 11 of them.
Yeah, Luik, grappling heavy as fuck.
21 takedowns at lightweight is so insane to think about.
Yep. But hell yeah, good for all 4 of those guys to get $50,000 for those fights because they definitely deserved it.
But yeah, I just wouldn't be surprised if any of these guys were matched up with any of the guys in like Chris Duncan or Rebecki. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
After a 6-month layoff for all of them, and 4 of those months in the hospital.
Yeah, for real.
4 months in the hospital, 2-month training camp. You're back to another war. Let's go. The life of a 155er in the UFC. Moving on down the card though. Motherfucking Karol is the man. Absolutely dominated Nora. And what I just with how that fight played out, it was just like, damn, should have never doubted Karol. And it's like I know afterwards, just saying, yeah, like Nora does not have any of the wins or that come close to showing the level that she could beat Karol. But it just like I don't know, just one of those things, just on the come up overall, just didn't know, you know what I mean, if she'd be able to get it done, and it just like shut down easy.
That's why I really didn't doubt Karol too much, like fucking the only one to pick her, because it's like I know that she's back and forth. But Nora's just sloppy. And she went in this fight sloppy. Yep. Like, even in the first round, when she was the only round she was able to do anything, she outstruck her, like, in the significant, in total, but it was all bad. Like, she would run in and rush in with, a big shot that Karol would then easily counter with multiple of her own that were also big shots. And Nora just seemed like a bit more stunned by them. Like, I think
more impactful.
2 judges gave her that round, but it was just like whatever. Round 2 and 3, Nora couldn't do shit. Takedowns easy, and from there she could not get up, and then Karol just punched her the whole time.
Yeah, like you said, super back and forth. Should have taken Karol because I should have known that she just lost Eileen Perez, so this is going to be a win.
Last one was back, almost fourth. It's we both missed it, brother. It's all good.
No, she had a good performance. And what? It's hard because what do you do with someone who's back and forth, whose last loss is Eileen Perez? Then her other losses are Irene Aldana and Norma Dumont. Like, where do you really put her right now?
Misha T.
See, I was just going to say that I honestly feel like she is the perfect, she is the perfect gatekeeper for the bantamweight division. She is well-rounded enough, you know what I mean? Like, she's solid on the feet, but if you are just like a really good striker, you're going to be better than her for sure. You know what I mean? She is solid on the ground, but it's not like she's like this amazing grappler either, where it's like, if you have good grappling, you're going to be better than her. She is the perfect gatekeeper of this division. And I just think that, I was going to say Cavalcanti as well, because she's the next one that's in the ranking. She's on her way up. She's 4-0 in the UFC, some shit like that. That it's just, let's get that fight.
Yeah, definitely sounds good. But definitely happy for Karol to get it done. Just look good. Very nice. That would be a very solid fight for her and Jacqueline Cavalcante too.
Yeah, 4-0.
Yeah. Let's go. Neil Magny, Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. Not gonna lie, not at all the fight that I expected.
Not at all.
Like, who would have thought that fucking Elizeu takedowns on Neil Magny, working the top position and getting control time, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's Neil that's got to get up off of his back and find the knockout victory. It's just it's goddamn crazy. What's going on here?
I don't know, but happy birthday to him. It's his birthday today, and he got the knockout victory win yesterday, so good for him.
Happy birthday. Yeah, once he got Elizeu on the back, he had them flattened out. I'm like, oh, this is over. And then just strip left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yep. Yeah, man. He's just so fucking big for the welterweight division that it's like, you get those dominant positions on people, and it's like, you got so much space and leverage to just get shit going,
Yeah.
But motherfucking Neil Magny. I believe this puts him at like a fucking 500-way tie between was it 23 wins in the UFC. It's ridiculous how many people. Because I know it's like obviously you got Jim Miller. I'm sure it's at 27 above, but then it's like him, Max Oliveira, John Jones. Like it's just so many.
23 wins.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like it's just.
John Jones has 20. Damian Maia has 22. Damian Maia has 22. Dustin Poirier has 22. The people who have 23 are Neil Magny, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, and Donald Cerrone, and Andre Arlovsky.
Okay, but like, yeah, I just know that when they showed it was just like it
a
was
bunch
they
of
showed,
names.
like the list. It was Jim Miller, and then it was just everybody else was just tied at that spot, you know. But yeah, so it's good for him to just keep on adding to the records. There were so many different records that he
now
added
has
to and past this one.
He is now what in finishes? He is tied with someone.
Tied with Robbie Lawler, I think, with like 5th most finishes in the division.
Yes.
Passes Clay Guida for like 5th most fight time, I'm pretty sure. Just adding to the record of most welterweight wins. Just
he's keeping stacking that up.
Wins, but hey, it's all good. But yeah, good for him though. That was just very happy to see, and it was just funny. I think it was Aljo of like, oh yeah, do it, you know. Just like 1 year younger than Elizeu.
they're both old.
Yep.
Which is why I think you go and you finally just do it. Him versus Ponzi 2. Just do it.
Sure, why not? And Neil just like you said with Karol, Neil's the ultimate gatekeeper, so it's like you can do old man fight, veteran fights, just up and comers. It doesn't really matter who you come up against.
Have him keep fighting. Why not? He's an institution within the UFC at this point.
Exactly. So let's go. Last fight on the main card though, Kevin Vallejos taking on Danny Silva. Another fight that we thought was going to be pretty fun, and it was really fun. Kevin Vallejos ends up getting the unanimous decision. 23 years old, and it is pretty goddamn awesome what he's doing out here.
Yeah, exactly. I really don't know what else to say about the fight.
It was just good. I was surprised to see Kevin actually being the one to shoot on some takedowns. I mean, Danny went 1 for 9, so it's not like he didn't. But Kevin he got 2 takedowns out of 5. I don't know if he was just trying to mix it up or if he was like, okay, I need a second to breathe, because Danny Silva definitely tough as shit. So just eating a lot of big shots and just coming at him with a lot of shots. But yeah, overall, it was just a very good fight.
Right, a little column A, a little column B, because neither one got any type of control time.
Yeah, not at all.
So they were not able to hold each other down for yet.
No, the most amount of control time in one spot went to Kevin Vallejos at 33 seconds. He got that in the second round.
Very nice. But just another good striking affair at 105 pounds for this card. So just good to see Kevin getting it done. 60 improves to 16-1 overall in his career. And just gotta keep on grinding all those unranked fighters until there's actually talking about some ranked contenders or anything.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's go. Prelims. We had some pretty good shit going on the prelims.
We did.
Yep.
And the only thing that matters, Rinya Nakamura.
I thought you were about to say something dumb, so I'm surprised that you actually went to the correct thing. I just didn't react at first, like, oh yeah, that actually. I was so happy to see that. I thought that it was going to take a little longer. I did have a feeling that Rinya might end up going to the knockouts because, end up getting a knockout over him, because with Fletcher being just a submission guy and good on the ground, 7 of his 9 wins come by submission, and Rinya started off his MMA career like, I'm going to show off these hands instead of my wrestling. I thought that it might end that way, but he just found the perfect just toes to the liver and folded Fletcher over in 1 minute and 2 seconds. Followed it up with a couple shots, but that's really all there was to it. And he even said it. He was like, I wanted to show off my wrestling, but I didn't get to. And, they asked about the kick, and he's like, I saw it open, I threw it up, and I didn't get to do my wrestling. It was done. And I was like, beautiful though to see that in that moment, and it's done. And I was like, he did want to show off his wrestling, but either way, I was still got it.
Yeah, and that's where it's funny with you saying that, where it's like, because he said afterwards that like his game plan was not like, it was the exact opposite, but it just went the way that he thought, because just too perfect of a shot. Yeah, it just folded him up, and
I was about
just
to say,
easy work.
I know you were saying that you're thinking it was probably gonna be a KO. I'm pretty sure you weren't thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna body shot KO him in the first round.
No.
Yeah, that's like, especially a body kick. Like, maybe if it had been a punch, I'd been like, okay, yeah, no, like that makes sense, because he does a lot more, tries to box a lot more than kickbox. In fact, he was able to see that and get the like you said, perfect landing of the kick.
Yeah, just immediately just backed up, bent over. It was done. Like, so nice to see him get back in the win column after taking his first loss earlier in the year.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Other than that, Rodolfo Vieira, I was kind of surprised that he didn't get Tresean Gore out of there very easy.
1 for 14 on takedowns.
Yeah, had to piece him up on the feet. Kind of crazy to see.
Yeah. But also, he was able to.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
so
no, that Tresean shouldn't be here. So
I
like,
do, but like still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This should definitely be Tresean's last fight in the UFC.
Probably, but who knows?
Yeah. What?
Anything else on the prelims that you guys liked or think is about?
I guess like Austin Bashi, he came back, he got a good submission win.
Yeah.
But one of those things where his opponent pulled out and this guy came in short notice making his UFC debut, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Kind of just looked like he really shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
But then again, here's Austin Bashi, who's 0-1 in the UFC, making him look like he shouldn't be there. So like that is good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Good for him. Got a first round RNC.
Than him. Easy.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he was supposed to fight on Fury 20 days from now. Obviously, that got canceled. I don't remember who Bashi was supposed to fight. Francis Marshall. Okay, that was.
Yeah.
He's 2-3 in the UFC. So yeah, he was supposed to fight someone else who's, already been in the UFC.
Yeah, Francis is very solid. Yeah, definitely would have been a much better test, but just one of those things.
It is
just
what it
debut
is.
on guy short notice, minus 900 favored at closing, so did what apparently he was supposed to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Let's go. Those are all of the fights to bring up from this card. Tapology was absolutely horrible. I did so good, all to still come in second, my rightful place.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I did really good. I got 11 out of 12. I came first in the whole group.
I'd say, I did, yes, I got the first 2 fights wrong. Yes, I went Cornolle. But those are the only ones I got wrong. 9 for 12. I still end up in third.
Yep.
Because you got 9 right with the 1 decision, and you did get 2 perfects.
I did get 2.
But Jimmy got 10 right, and he got 3 decisions and 2 semis. But I got 11 right with 4 decisions and 1 perfect and 3 semis.
No, but that's my point, is even when I get 9 right, y'all somehow still decide, oh no, we're just going to get 10 and 11 right,
Apparently this was just a really easy night to pick.
Overall, for a lot of people, yeah. Because most of the people in the group got over 9 right, 9 or more right.
Yeah.
Well, let's go. And then the last mention, we had some draft fighters. I didn't have any draft fighters, so I don't care. But I guess you guys had some stuff go on.
Yeah, I had Taira in the main event who won, so that brought me to 18-5. Very nice.
Yep, and I had Rinya Nakamura, who obviously won his fight. That brought me up to 16-7.
Yeah. It's all right. I'll get my fights in.
I've lost too many.
All of your fights are
more.
Nah, I've lost too much.
All of your fights are on the 16th.
Yeah. What, I have 2 or 3 on around there?
You have 4.
Yeah.
Crazy.
BDP, Derek Cannonier, Tim Elliott, Kai Asakura. So you are guaranteed 1-1.
You have 3.
In reality, it's 3. But you have 2 next week as well with Lucindo and Ursig.
Yeah. So let's go. I will win the draft. I'm confident I have to. I must. It's the only thing that can happen.
Not the only thing.
But those are all the things to talk about for this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one, previewing another Apex.
Apex.
Let's go.
Yes.
Not as good as this one, but we'll see. Peace out,
Yeah,
everyone.
potentially.